Welcome to Brett Ridgway's Learning for Life. This is Lesson 5, Part 5 of She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain in the series Learning a Tune from Scratch. And in this lesson, we are going to add yet some more techniques, left-hand techniques this time, to help embellish our tune. If you just stumbled across this lesson, I'm going to recommend you don't watch this video. In fact, I'm going to recommend you zoom all the way to the end, and there will be an end screen that will take you back to the first video of this series of She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. So many lessons, and I've done this as well, they just teach a tune, and we're not doing that in this series. We're taking a basic melody, and we're actually learning to find that basic melody and then embellish it a technique at a time or a roll at a time so that you understand how bluegrass actually works. When you see tablature, everything I'm teaching you is in the tablature. You just might not know it's in there. You might not understand how you can mix it up and change it around. So that's where we started. In the very first lesson, we taught you a G scale on your instrument. If you don't know that, definitely go back. But then I taught you the first phrase of She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain by ear, giving you tips and hints of how to do that. And then I encouraged you to pick it out, the rest of the tune by yourself. And I've said this every lesson. It doesn't matter whether you succeeded in doing that. It only matters that you made the attempt and that you made a sincere effort to try. And then I encouraged you to do nursery rhymes, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Three Blind Mice, whatever, tunes that you know that are just very simple, and do the same, pick them out by ear. And then I taught you the whole tune, the basic melody. After that, I gave you a pause to stop and try all that stuff. Then in the next lesson, we had you throw in pinches and skips and droning, and we talked about timing, where you can put those things in, how they're interchangeable. We had you mix them up. We had you do different things of that nature. In the next lesson, we had you do different rolls. We had you do alternating thumb roll all the way through. And then we also put in the next lesson, a forward-backward roll and forward rolls, and having you mix each of these steps up one at a time, but then putting them together. So today we're going to work on the left hand, not necessarily the right hand. So you should be able to play She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain with forward rolls. You should be able to play them with forward-backward rolls. You should be able to play with an alternating thumb. You should understand how to interchange all that, where to drone when you can, etc. So let's get started with this. When we started, we went. Now, we talked about any time you go from a lower note to a higher note, you can do a hammer-on, and in some cases a slide if the note's already fretted. So our basic melody is this. So we're going dun, dun, we're going up. What you could do here, when you go up, is do a hammer-on. So I just put in 3 hammer-ons. Might be overkill, might not. Do what you want. So I started with a alternating thumb. Now we could have put more in there. Let's do it again. Right there. So that was just hammer-ons. So what you want to do is go through the song very slowly. When you find, and there, I could have put a lot more in. When you find you're going to a higher note, try to do a hammer-on there. There I did it on the third string. It wasn't part of the melody, just as a way of embellishment. I did there. Right there you could do it. So again, here's what I'm recommending you do. Stop right here. Go through the entire song several times and throw in just hammer-ons. Don't continue anymore. We're gonna talk about more things. Don't continue right now. Stop and just put some of those hammer-ons in. See where they'll fit. You should have the tune memorized by now. That is the foundation. Have to have that done now. And you know how to play it. See where you can throw those hammer-ons in. Now, anytime you're going from a higher note to a lower note, you could do a pull-off. I want to explain something, though I'm sure most of you know this. A pull-off is not a lift-off. A pull-off is you're putting your finger down on the string and you're pulling it to the side, and the string will snap out from under your finger. So let's see where these will fit. And actually, I'm going to try not to do hammer-ons on all. Let's just focus on pull-offs. So you see I did one right there. Right here. Now I'm going to go from one to open. Could do it there. I wouldn't, but you could. Sorry about that. That was a hammer-on. So you can do a pull-off here. Again, just pull-offs. Now, I want you to do the same thing. Stop here. Play it through several times, just with pull-offs. And once you feel comfortable where they might fit and where you can interchange them, then you want to mix it up and do it with the hammer-ons. So let's put the hammer-ons and the pull-offs together. Let's do it again. Now, I left that in on purpose. That was not the melody, but it's a counter melody and it worked. Let me do it again. So it just adds a different color. Let's go back and do it straight. So you can see how when you're just adding these left-hand techniques, it gets much more interesting. So let's add some slides. Now, I know I'm putting a lot in this lesson. This lesson, here's what you need to understand. You know, we're going to come out with another lesson next week continuing this. That does not mean you need to be ready for that next lesson. You could sit here and work on this for 2, 3, 4 weeks if you want. The lessons are going to be there for you when you're ready for them. Do not feel, that's a big mistake, do not feel you have to stay up with what I'm teaching. That's not what this is. You just need to take each thing, dissect it, break it down, get very, very familiar and know how to do these different techniques and throw them in. So let's do slides. We've done hammer-ons, pull-offs, interchange them. Now I want you to just focus on slides. Anytime you go from a lower note to a higher note, you can slide. Anytime you go from a higher note to a lower note, if you're on a string, for both of those, you can slide. A lower fretted note to a higher fretted note, a higher fretted note to a lower fretted note. So there's lots of places we could do this. We played. So we're going higher here, but it's open. But we could actually, even though this is open, reach it. Now, if you know how to tune yourself to the banjo, if you fret the 4th string at the 5th fret, that's the same as the 3rd string open. So you could actually start the tune with a slide from 2 to 5. So we'll get into that last part in a little bit, but you see how that works. You can do that slide. So, and then here. So let's say you're playing this song through 3, 4, 5 times. And this is kind of my point in this. You could start this way. The next time you could start it this way. Next time you could start it this way. So what you should do is, even at the beginning, try to play that beginning. You know, just do the basic. Try it with the hammer-ons. Sorry, try it with the slides. So I'm going to play it through one more time for you. I'm not going to be able to call everything out because there's too much going on, but I'm going to try to call out the left hand techniques. I may be doing forward, backward rolls. I may be doing alternating thumb rolls, but I'm going to do it really slow. Hopefully you can watch, and I'll try to call out the left hand. So, slide, pull off, hammer on, hammer on. I'm going to switch it, slide, slide, forward, backward roll. Pull off, hammer on, pull off, and a slide. So you can see how that all works. And I know, what you want to do is take this super, super slow. Slow is a good thing. Slow is not a bad thing. Everyone says, oh, I played too slow. I'm learning too slow. I've asked this question, used this example many times. If you were having open heart surgery, would you want your surgeon to have learned what he's doing very fast or very slow? That puts things in perspective. So you really want to take your time and build on this. And again, we'll probably do this another time and possibly another time with different songs, because you need to build on these skills of understanding where to put these hammer-ons, these pull-offs, these slides, the forward, backward roll, all these things that we've talked about. So I hope the lessons are a help to you. I hope they're a blessing. 24/7 library. I put a new lesson up every week, not only for bluegrass banjo, but for clawhammer banjo, mountain dulcimer, hammer dulcimer. A lot of work involved. The only way I can continue to do this, the only way it stays afloat as it is is because there are those who are giving back, who are investing in their own learning process. When you invest in that process, you are learning better. You actually have more, because you have an investment in it and you're investing yourself in it, you learn better. And it keeps these lessons free and available for everyone else. So I want to thank my patrons for making these lessons possible, and anyone who might consider becoming a patron. I could not do this without their help and without your help. So thank you so much. We will see you next week for your next lesson. God bless.